Hey everybody, I'm Pete Kashke, owner of All Star Service. And as a contractor, I held licenses in multiple disciplines. I'm a licensed electrical contractor as well as a licensed HVAC contractor and have been for quite some time. I hold these licenses in 33 or 35 communities across 5 counties, and I'm always impressed by inspectors. Now, I know consumers don't know a lot about HVAC, and I know a lot of other HVAC companies are, mostly small guys doing stuff on their self. Everybody thinks is so honest. They are largely uninformed. So we're kind of counting on the inspectors to catch some of the stuff. So I have lamented over the last few years about how some inspectors are unnecessarily ticky-tack about what kind of tape you can use or using mastic instead of caulk, etc., etc., and things that really aren't safety or performance oriented, but they got the authority to wield and you just got to deal with, right? So I'm here doing a tune-up on a 1-year-old furnace, and just at a glance, I was horrified. This thing was inspected by the city less than a year ago. This is a new construction home that's a year old. Check this out. When we're looking at things at All Star Service, we test and check everything. We check it for safety, we check it for function, just to make sure everything is how it's supposed to be. It was installed to the manufacturer's specifications and the homeowner is going to get the performance out of it. But take a look at this. Everything is wrong. Everything. So check out this butchery. Let's start right here, okay? See this hanging out here? This is the high voltage connections. These are supposed to be in a box. The manufacturer has supplied a box that you mount right here. And then nobody can get hurt. They can't come loose, etc. All the connections are in the box safe. What we usually do is we'll mount the switch here and pull these factory wires all the way into the switch, making all the connections secure. So that is a code violation. Next, you have to have 30 inches of clearance in front of doors, etc. for service. This is the coil door. This has to be serviced, whether it's just cleaning, maintenance, putting pan treatment in. Look here at the gas line. They run this gas line across the coil door. Okay, that might not be that big a deal if they had used a short nipple and put the gas cock right here, because then you can shut the gas off and remove the line up to that point. But notice you can't. So if and when there's an issue with this coil that needs service, we're gonna have to shut the gas off to the entire house and then bust this wall out, because you can't pull this pipe out without holding on to the fittings that are inside there, and you can't put it back together without resealing, or we call it dope, on the fittings. So all right, gas fail, electric fail. All right, how about drain? This manufacturer has specified for almost a decade that the furnace and coil drains have to be separated all the way to the floor. The reason is air pressure from here will push and pressurize this from the fan and can trick the furnace into believing that there's no draft. So this is a big cause for nuisance limit trips, or pressure switch trips, I should rather. So this has been a long-standing thing. Carrier dealers have known about this product to prevent, and it's right in the installation manual. You do not run these drains like this. All right, so gas, electric, and drain failed. Let's see what else we got. How about size? Well, okay, I'm pretty sure this is oversized, but I didn't do a load calculation to confirm that, so that's conjecture. Next, airflow. This is where it gets really fun. We've just got 2 round pipes into this thing. Two round pipes. This thing has a maximum of 800 CFM of airflow. Now, I didn't pull a static pressure, take a static pressure reading, total external static, and I didn't check the blower performance chart, but just looking at it, Benjamin Franklin says that this thing is over an inch of static pressure. What does an inch of static pressure deliver on this model of furnace? Well, nobody knows, not even the manufacturer. That's so far off the chart. The chart only goes up to 0.8. How do we know that this is really a problem? Glad you asked. As soon as I fired this furnace up, as soon as I fired it up, it was limiting. I fired it up at the thermostat. Me and the customer chatted for maybe 90 seconds and I heard the thing already go out on limit. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I go check the filter. Filter's fine, brand new, correct style, size, everything. What's the problem? Okay. Well, it's static pressure. It doesn't have enough air flowing through it, not by a mile. Did the person that installed this know that that was a problem? You betcha. And they further endangered the customer. Here's how. And this happens a lot. Whenever somebody says, oh, that limit's too small. No, the limit's not too small. Do not allow anybody to ever install a larger limit. All they're doing is making the furnace run hotter than it was ever designed to. This isn't even the right style of limit in here. This is what we're looking at back here, okay? This is the safety switch that keeps the furnace from getting too hot, causing a fire, melting itself down, etc., right? The furnace literally would not run. So they put in a switch that was so big, the furnace would run even when it wasn't supposed to. But guess what? This is so bad, the furnace still won't run 3 minutes straight. This job is horrendously bad. And this city, I'm not going to say the town name as much as I want to because I still got to pull permits here, but you guys really should be ashamed of yourselves. For you guys to call my office and tell us that we got to pay for a reinspection because 4 inches of seam didn't get 181 bead tape because our arms aren't 6 feet long that we can't reach, and then you'll pass this kind of nonsense and let this customer get burned down. That's abusive. It's insane and it's disgusting. So I don't know what to tell you consumers, right? Wow. And this is so crazy. All these guys, it's like, oh, trust Bob. He's so honest. Bob doesn't know crap and he's going to kill you. Anyway, I shouldn't even be out here. This is what happens when I go out in the field. I see stuff like this. It makes me mad because we work so hard to do a great job for our customers. And then we come see stuff like this. It's insane.